Hello everyone, this is Ashley from Ashley's Creations, and I have a haul video for you today. It's Papertrey ink haul. I've been MIA again. I know I've been really bad with videos for the last couple months, but I've been really busy getting myself back into the swing of things at work, and even though we're pretty much 2 months into the school year, because I missed the first couple weeks, I'm still trying to play catch up with everything and still trying to organize myself and get with all the programs and stuff that are at the school. So I've still been kind of busy with that, and then I've been spending a lot of time with Andy when I'm at home, so I haven't really been spending as much time in my craft room as I'd like. Not because I don't want to, but because I want to spend more time with Andy. I want to spend time with him, so I've been spending a lot of time upstairs with him, watching TV and just hanging out with him instead of in my craft room. So I haven't really been doing much, so I haven't actually even used a lot of my stamp sets from the August or September release yet, so I'm hoping to maybe do a little bit this weekend. I have today and tomorrow, which is Friday, so Thursday and Friday off this week because of the Muslim holiday. I work in an Arabic school, so the Eid is this week, is like today and tomorrow and last night or whatever. So we had a cultural diversity break, so that's why I'm at home filming on a Thursday afternoon. I'm also absolutely loving the weather here we're having in Michigan. It's about almost 70 degrees today, and it is October 25th, so I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's absolutely beautiful outside. Going outside in, shirt and jeans, so I don't know, but I'm liking it, so I'm filming upstairs in my living room where there's a lot of natural light. So anyway, this is my October Papertrey ink release haul, and I ordered on the 15th, which is release night, and then my order arrived on Friday the 19th, so I'm actually really happy with their shipping speed with their releases. So like the last couple months, I've been getting things really early, like ever since June or whatever. They've been sending me things within like the next 4 or 5 days. I've been getting my boxes. So before it would take a lot longer, so now it's it's coming really fast. But it's in Cincinnati and I'm in Michigan, so it's only like 4 hours away, so I'm thinking that has a lot to do with it. But anyway, let's get on to it. I got 2 half-inch score tapes because I was almost out, and I've been working on a lot of Kathy Orta's projects lately. And I know I've said in my other videos that I'll show them to you, but I'm not done with any of them, so I don't want to show you something that I'm not done with. So I haven't, I'm working on like 4 different projects at once, so when I finish them, I'll show them to you. So that's for that. And then I picked up the Ocean Tides pattern pack and the Limeade Ice pattern pack. And I haven't even actually used any of my Limeade stuff from the last September release. But, I've picked up all the other pattern packs stuff, absolutely every color pattern pack that's come out so far. So I thought I'd pick that up anyway, so I would have it. And then I also picked up some gold cardstock. And you can't really see it very well on the camera, but it's very shiny, like very shimmery. I thought I would use it to, use it on my holiday cards, because I already have some silver paper from Stampin' Up, but now I have, I have some gold paper too. So I'm going to use it, I think, on the Belle stamp set that I bought, and I'll show you that in a minute. So if you've watched my videos, I like to start with my old stamps first, so let's get on to it. These are the old stamps that I picked up. The new release, they had the Beautiful Blessings Holiday, and so I was looking at that, and I really liked it, and then I realized that there was a Beautiful Blessings, just a regular version, and I saw Betsy Feldman did, the prettiest card over on their gallery, so with the old stamp set, so I thought I'd pick it up and see what I could do. But it's got some really nice, Bible sayings, so they're not the holiday ones like the one that was just released, but they've got other sayings that are really nice. So I really like these. I really like the style of them. So here's some more. I'm not gonna read them out to you, but I think it's just a really nice saying to put on the front of your card. So I'm excited to use that one. And then I also picked up the Nativity Silhouette stamp set. I'm not a religious person at all. I haven't been to church in several years. I am Catholic, but I just don't go. So it's not really, religious stuff isn't really very big to me. It is to some people, but it's not to me. But I saw that Nicole did the most beautiful card with this set and the edition set with the new Beautiful Blessings stamp set, and I thought if she can make that beautiful card out of this, then I want to try and make that beautiful card and some other cards too. So I'll see what I can make with it. So it's just got all the things, you know, to make a nativity scene. So it's got the barn, Mary, the sheep, and Joseph and the baby, and the star, some sayings, and you know, here's some more. And I really like how they're like rustic looking. So they've got like the lines in them. I really like that. And then there's a saying right there. So I'm gonna try that. And I like this kind of burst thing right here. That's really cool. And then I picked up the matching die. And then I also got the additions one. So it's got the camel, and I think these are the 3 wise men, some palm trees, and the 2 sayings. You know, the wise men still seek him and follow the glory of his star. So I'm looking forward to see what I can make with those. I mean, like I said, I'm not religious, but I'm actually kind of excited to try them out. So we'll see what happens. And then last release, they had the dies for the Home for the Holiday stamp set, which goes along with the boards and beams stamp set. And I got the die, but when I went to put the stamp set in my cart, it was all sold out. So I decided I'd go ahead and pick up the die anyway, and then I decided to pick this stamp set up in the next release. So that's what I did. So it's just holiday things that you can add on to your houses from the boards and beams. So they've got the snow-covered rooftops and snowmen, wreaths on the door. So it's just an addition to your boards and beam stamp set. And then I also saw a lot of cards, like a lot of really nice cards done with the, I think I'm saying this right, the bells and bows. I think that's how you say that. I don't know. With this stamp set. So I thought I'd pick it up too because I saw Nicole did some really nice things with it, and Dawn McVeigh did some really nice things with it. So I decided to pick it up, and I'm sure Miley Bells has some really nice cards that she's done with it in the past, so I'll have to go back and look at those too. But it's just got some bells, you know, the leaves and the bows, and then the sayings, you know, Christmas sayings. And then it's actually funny because I got the Think Big Favorites number 21, which is the sayings on this stamp set. So you can see that it's got the same sayings, but these are just a lot bigger. So there's the outline images. Here's the solid images. And then I picked up the die set to go with it. Cuts out the bells and the bows. And then this one was the one that was released this month. It cuts out the bloomers in the stamp set. So I picked up the stamp set, and then I picked up the old die set and then the new die set. And then, like I said, I also picked up Think Big Favorites number 21, which is the big size versions of the bells and bows sayings. And then I picked up the framed out number 9, you know, the wreath looking thing, and then Holly Jolly, Peace, Love, Joy, this little flourish here that I like, and then Merry and Bright. And then I also picked up the matching die that just went flying. There we go. So I picked up the die for that. And then I also picked up the Heart to Heart number 9. I absolutely love this series. I love all the little hearts. I love how all the images like coincide with each other. And this one's a wedding one. It's really pretty. I like that. So, and then here's the matching die to go with it. And then I also picked up this other $5 set, the Over Under Easy Holiday Edition stamp set. And that goes along with the other stamp set they released called Over Under Easy. It has all these really nice big sayings. Like, look how big those are. Those are huge. And these really nice big sayings in this, you know, really pretty style. And then they have all these flourishes that can either go over your stamp or under the saying or next to the saying, framing the saying, whatever you want to do. So this is the main one, and these are some holiday ones that are in the same font and same style as the other one. And then on this one, I really love this one. It says, a good friend is someone who does things that count but doesn't stop to count them. Thanks for all you do. I think that one's my favorite one. But there's also, you know, some really nice sayings on here. So I'm really looking forward to using that one. I love this style. I love these flourishes. They would look nice, you know, with pretty much any other stamp set that you have. And I really like I said, how big they are. I'm always looking for bigger sentiments to put on the front of my card because, you know, you get a lot of stamps that are really small, but these ones are really big, so I like that. And then I also picked up the Beautiful Blessings Holiday. So I showed you the Beautiful Blessings stamp set. Here's the holiday one. It has Bible verses that are holiday related. So again, I'm not religious, but this will be really nice to put on some of my Christmas cards for people that are religious. I think I'll make Christmas cards for my mom because I don't really have that many people to send them out to. and I just don't want to spend time writing them. I don't know if that's mean, but they take forever to to write out, so I don't really have much to say. So I'll make them for my mom, and my mom can send them. So it just has some really nice, verses on here that I'm looking forward to using that one. And then I also picked up the mistletoe and holly die that matches the stamp set that was released last month. So they didn't release a die with it, but this month they did. So it's got all the different parts of that stamp set in there. And then I picked up the Shape Up Series mitten. I think it'll be really cute for like a kid card, or I don't know, I could even do something with my students where they make mittens to hang up in the classroom. I don't know, I could find something cute to do with it, or it could go on the front of your card. I think I'll probably end up using it maybe with my kids and have them, maybe I'll do 2 mittens for each, and to have the ribbon, the yarn to tie in between them, and I'll hang them up in the classroom somewhere or something, because I think they would like to decorate them. So I got that. And then I also picked up tag sale number 4 and tag sale number 5. So I could use these to make Christmas tags. I made a couple last year because we didn't have any, so I just kind of made really quick ones. But this year I think I'll actually maybe kind of spend a little bit of time on them and make them look nicer. So there's the ornament looking one, and then I've also seen some really nice Christmas tags with this one too. So I got number 1 last time, and then here's 5 and 4. And like I'm really not ready to make Christmas cards. I've seen a lot of people making Christmas cards already. It's not even Halloween. I haven't even made Halloween cards yet, so I'm not ready for that. But I'll have all that stuff when I am ready. And then, okay, here's the Favorite It box number 7. And I wasn't going to get this because my order was really high. And I keep telling myself I'm going to stop spending so much money. Every release I tell myself I'm going to cut stuff out. And this was one of the things I cut out. And then release day happened, and Jessica Whitty made the most amazing thing with this that I had to have it. So I ended up buying it. And my friend Michelle was also going to buy it too until she realized how expensive it was, because she wanted to make the exact same thing that I wanted to make. But Jessica Whitty, she's one of the design team members, she made cookies that looked like French fries. So she had this box, and she stamped it like a takeout, like a box you'd find in like a diner with the red stripes. So she used the Background Basic Super Stripe stamp set, and she stamped it red. So it would be red and white striped, like you would have like a French fry box. And she took the Break Apart Pillsbury cookies and like rolled them out and cut them into squares, and then she baked it, and then she cut them into strips to make French fries. And then she had like a little ketchup cup that she put red frosting in. So they looked like French fries and ketchup, but it was really cookies and frosting in this. So I saw that, and I said I have to have this because I have to make that. I don't know who I'm going to make it for or what I'm going to make it for, but I decided I had to have it so I could make that. So that's the reason I bought that. And then here is the Background Basic Super Stripe that I just showed you. And then I bought the diagonal stripe impression plate to match it. And then I also picked up the Background Basic Stripe sweater. And my friend Michelle said this didn't really do much for her, but I love it. I don't know, it's like really warm and cozy and fuzzy looking to me. So I picked that up. It goes with the mitten die, and then it goes with the impression plate. And I mean, I can understand why somebody might not like it, but it's just something about it like kind of drew me to it. And so I made a card using it, and this is a card from Dawn McVeigh's blog. The only thing I changed was that I added ribbon right here. She didn't have any ribbon on hers, but I added this Hawaiian Shores twill ribbon just to put a little bit something extra, and I love ribbon on all my cards, so but I love the way that the sweater turned out. It's all fuzzy. It makes me think of warm thoughts. It makes me think of a sweater. So I really love the way that the sweater background turned out. So I don't know. And once again, this is, it's pretty much a copy, 95% from Dawn McVeigh, but I like to copy the design team members' cards for myself because, that's the reason I bought many of these stamp sets, is because of the stuff they made. And so I know it looks good, so I'm going to do it and like tweak it a little bit to make it look like mine. And I'm not taking credit for this. I know exactly that Dawn McVeigh did it. I'm going to tell you Dawn McVeigh did it. So, but I like to do it because I know they look good. Whereas with mine, I don't know if it's going to look good. So it takes me a lot longer to make my own. Whereas these ones, I can just look at what they did and, recreate them in, half an hour. So, I don't know, they're the ones that inspired me to buy the stuff, so, you know, I like what they do. I want to make what they do. That's the reason why I bought it. So that was how I used the sweater one so far, and that was from Dawn's blog. And then I haven't really used my Autumn Hill stamp set yet because, like I said, I haven't really been crafting as much time or as much as I haven't had as much time lately to do it. But I went ahead and I picked up their Autumn Hills set because I really do like this one too. And I like the autumn one. I just, like I said, I just haven't had time. So, but I really like, this winter scene. There's the house, and it's very similar to their autumn one. It's just got autumn or winter sayings instead. So, sending warm winter blessings today and always. Happy winter birthday, winter wishes instead of autumn wishes or autumn birthday. So, I like this little snowman. I like this tree. I like this little snow burst thing right there. So there's that one. And then I also picked up the this is the Snowflake Flurry stamp set by Miley Bells. But this does not remind me of snowflakes at all. I do not think that I'll be using this for snowflakes. It reminds me more of, my friend Michelle called it starburst or like confetti, and I would agree with that, or like fireworks. So I really think it looks more like a starburst or confetti, like firework pattern. So I think instead of using it for snowflakes, I might use it for something like that. And not a lot of the cards that the design team members did actually use these as snowflakes. So I don't know. It doesn't really remind me of winter or snow, but I liked it. I think it's I like the designs. I think they're really cool, but I think I'll use it for something other than snow. But it does have some winter sayings. So have a joyous holiday, Merry Christmas, let it snow, winter wishes warmest, 25th. So maybe I'll use the holiday sayings here with my other holiday stamps, and then use these as whatever. And then I went ahead and I picked up the die too. So, and then I also picked up the 2012 holiday tags. I don't have any of their other holiday tags, but I really like this one. I really like the this joy one down here. That one, a lot of the design team members use that, and I really like that one. And then this one's really pretty too. So, there's a lot of nice things you can put on your tags, and then they have the to and from. And then lots of other sayings. I like this little, I don't know what that is, but I like that. There's like this little tiny little stamp right here. It's like the little stars and speckles from the joy stamp. So, I really like this one. I think it's really nice. So it'll make some really nice tags. Excuse me. And then I also picked up the Countdown to Christmas, and I picked up the stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's called 25 and Counting. It was in their holiday mini last year because I saw the most amazing advent calendar done with it. So I don't necessarily think that I would use this for an advent calendar because I already have a countdown stamp set. But that one doesn't have just the numbers. It's the numbers like in a square, and then there's like a design in the square with the stamp. But excuse me. But I thought I'd pick this one up too because it has just the numbers. And I mean, I don't know if I'll make a December daily. I joined Kathy Orta's kit club, and I think her December kit project is a December daily. So I already have a December daily there. Or she's got, other projects that she's going to be doing like a YouTube December daily. So I'd probably, pick one of hers to do because it's already planned out for me, and the simpler and faster for me it is, the better, since I don't have much time. So I don't think I would necessarily use it for this, but I did see on Dawn's blog that she made like little 3x3 note cards for her husband for every day that she made one for every day of the month, so she can leave like a little note in there saying one thing a day why she loves him, like I love your smile, like one day, and then the next day she would write, or it could be like today we'll go, it'd be like an advent calendar, but you can do it in like little note cards. So today let's go ice skating, or like leaving little advent calendar messages along with like an I love you message. And she made one for, well, she only made 5, but I'm assuming she'll end up making one for every day of the month. So I thought that would be really cute to make for Andy, just to leave around the house in the morning when he wakes up. So we wake up at the same time, but I leave for work before he does. So maybe put it near his coffee pot in the morning so he sees it and he can open it. Maybe that'll make his day. But I thought maybe that's why I would use it. That's really the reason why I picked it up, was because I saw Dawn do that, and I thought it would be a really cute idea. But it's also got these circles, which I think fit in the Limitless Layers 2.5 inch circles, I think. Or maybe it's the 1 3/4 inch circles. I don't know exactly how That might be, yeah, like 1 3/4 circles, like a circle punch. But it's also got December 3 different ways. It's got Christmas 3 different ways, and then it says Day, Mary, and Eve. So I think it'll be really nice to make that for him. I think he'll enjoy that. And these are nice size numbers. Look how big those are. So, and then I also picked up the countdown details so that I can, it goes along with the set. So I didn't want to get one without the other. So there's these little banners where you can fit all these little sayings in there. These little circles are really cute with these little things are cute. It's a nice little snowflake, and then there's a little calendar. You can circle the date with this little stamp set right here. It says making a list. Oh, what fun! Remember this. A December to remember. Gather around the Christmas tree. All I want for Christmas, and then Santa is on his way. So I think those will make some really cute little note cards for Andy to enjoy. And then I also picked up the Laird Postmarks Holiday, and I love. It's Heather Nichols' line, and I love all her postmark stuff. So she's got the postmark stamp set, she's got the postmarks paper, she's got the postmarks background stamp. She released a postmark thing a couple releases ago. The Santa's letter. Stationery from Santa kind of went along with postmarks, but she has a lot of like postmark stuff, and there's even the cute little tiny envelope die to match, little postage stamp die. So I really like her postage line. So this one goes along with that. It's it's got the same exact style, the little postcard and all the postcard writing and stuff. These lines in this tree are in some of the other stamps, but there's a solid image and then this image that you layer on top of it. So they've got I think that's a holly. I think that's what Bethany from Be a Crafty Girl said it was. I think that's what it is. I don't know. And then the star, and then the Christmas tree, and then the little berry, and the star. So, and it's got 3 little sayings. So I really like that one. Those are, those are nice sized trees right there. So I like how big their stamps are. And then I bought the matching dice. And then the last stamp set I bought, and that was pretty much their entire release except for the Hanukkah stamp set, because I don't really have many Jewish friends. It was a really nice stamp set, and they made some really cute cards with it, and it was only $5, so I could have gotten it, but I didn't need it, and so I had to cut somewhere. So $5 is still $5 that I was able to cut out, so I didn't buy that. But I did get the this is called the Peaceful Pinecones. I love the Raspberry Sweet. Dawn McVeigh is one of the biggest inspirations for me right now. I love all her work. She does about 25 cards each release with all of her new stamps, and she's just amazing. I love her work. And so this is hers, and it's got these pine cones. There's these 2 right here, a big one and a little one, and then here's an even smaller one on a branch. There's the branches right here. There's some sayings. We wishing you a Merry Christmas, Cozy Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Just a note from our home to yours. She's got from me to you for all the people that are, single, don't have someone that they live with. Peace and joy in this Christmas and always. So I really, really like this one. I saw all her cards and I said, these are amazing. I have to have this. So I picked up the matching die. And then another one of her cards that I made, it's pretty much exactly like hers again, except her white layer her rustic layer was over a little bit, so I kind of centered mine, and then I added a bow. She didn't have a bow. So but it's got the pine cones, and she did it in ink, silver ink, but I don't have silver ink, so I did silver embossing powder. As you can see how shiny that is, how pretty that is. And it's got one of the Beautiful Blessings holiday sayings, and then those over under easy flourishes right there, and then here's the pine cones. So that was my release, and I if I make anything, if I have time, like I said, I'll always let you guys know, but I haven't had a lot of time, so we'll see. I do have a card that I do want to show you from a different haul that I made, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, there's my haul. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Bye. Whisper in my ear the things you want to feel. I'll give you